Hello everyone. Today we will be going to do this winter stream, and it's done on 300 GSM sheet. I'm using watercolor spiral book sheet from this one. This is also a 300 GSM sheet. Like to introduce myself. My name is Ramya, and I'm working as a DevOps engineer, and I love painting. Welcome everyone to today's webinar, and we will be drawing this one. I have done this with gouache, but today I'll be using acrylics. You can use a gouache or acrylics as well. So I'm using here a 300 GSM sheet. This is the sheet I'm using from the watercolor spiral book series, and you can use any sheet which is above 200 GSM. That is what I recommend. So today's materials will be your sheet or sketch, then your paints, acrylic or gouache, and a mug of water, a cloth or tissues, and your brushes, of course. So let's get started. So here, as you can see in the reference, we will be using a lot of blues and blacks. Starting with some black. It's actually called Payne's gray, but it's a combination of black and blue. So you can use some black and blue. And then I'm taking some ultramarine blue. And some titanium white. And some phthalo blue. I might not be using all of these colors. So we can start by giving the darker colors first and then going inwards, blending them towards lighter color. So I'm taking my Payne's gray with some phthalo blue and going in with the corners. If you want some nice edges, sharp edges, you can use masking tape, but I'm not going to use that here. Using Payne's gray, ultramarine blue, phthalo blue, and titanium white. You can use some black, blue, shade in the corners first. You can use a bit thicker or flat brush for this. I'm going to gradually mix white into the same mixture to get a lighter shade of it, and then move towards the inner corners. And then you can go on adding white to that to make it lighter and blend it into the inner corners, outer corners. So if you're using gouache, I guess it will be easier to blend, but with acrylics, colors are going to get dried up soon, so you might have to work a bit faster. Or you can use some spray to just wet your canvas so it doesn't dry quickly, and then you can blend it easily. So the advantage of this is that this sketchbook or sheet is that it can hold multiple layering without tearing of this paper. So once it dries or once it's wet only, I can keep on building until I'm satisfied with the color. I hope you can see my palette, the colors that I'm mixing. So it's much more easier for you to mix your colors. Make sure you leave a little bit gap here, so we will be going in this direction when we are painting here, when we are blending here, and the top part will be going in a circular blending direction like this. Another blending technique in acrylics is you can use some brush like this and dip that in some water and you can blend it. I'm not going to go with that because it gives me some streakiness here, but yeah, that is also a good way to blend your colors. I'm going from inner corners to the outer corner in this circular way so that it goes on blending as it goes outside. And each time I make a circle, I'm adding a little bit more darker color to the existing white and then I'm blending it. I don't want my paint to dry, so I'm adding a little more spray. It's not dried or like the streaks have not come properly in this area, so I'll just wait for that particular area to dry and blend it with the rest of the colors here. I'm taking this streaky brush and blending it like this. So I'll wait for that to dry for a bit. By that time, I'll do the bottom part where our snow and tree comes. The main thing about painting is that give a lot of time for it to dry. Otherwise, you will have a lot of streaks and the paint might lift off from. And also, I initially thought of doing this on oil painting, but then I decided to do it with acrylics because many of them will not be familiar with oil paints. So I actually had painted a coat of gesso on top of this, a clear gesso. That's why actually the paint is not much absorbing into the paper. So that's why you use gesso, right? So that's why the paint is not being absorbed a lot into the paper. I'm mixing some white too. You could also see, if you see my palette, I'm mixing colors into the mix. Yeah, so I was telling is that I am actually mixing colors into the mixture that I've already mixed. So by this you'll get a harmony of all the colors. Like it's not going to look some difference in the color tone. So that's what you can do if you want to get a blend. If you want to get a blend of the color on your entire painting, it's going to look synced into each other. I guess that would be much more easier when you're doing with gouache, because it doesn't get dried up. But with acrylic, what you can do is you can use your bottle spray and keep on making the paint moist so that it doesn't dry. So I'm going in with this motion. This is the portion where our tree is going to be. So I'm pulling all the snow towards the tree. So when you know where your tree is going to be, just pull your paint towards that corner. So it creates like as if the snow is covered under the tree. Also use a lighter color. Just mix a bit of white to your blue. Then again, as you come out, you can add a bit black to that in the outer corners. Also, it doesn't have to be the exact color. Since it's winter night, you just have to make it a bit of blue and a darkish blue. So we have a road coming this way like this here. So this will be the base for this painting. So I'll be going on making it as detailed as possible as it dries out. Now since I guess this is dried, I'll be making that more blended. Starting with some light color blue inside the inner corners. And as I'm going, I'm making it lighter. I'm adding more white to my palette. once your base layer is set, that is when you need to give your detailing. So when you have a solid base, you can give it as detailed as possible. Also, I'm not using much of a paint, just a little bit, because already I've laid down the base. I just need a little bit of paint to make it proper. If you are using gouache, make sure that your first layer is dried up completely, or else those paints are going to get lifted up and mix with your base layer. I'm adding a little bit water since I feel that paint has gotten thick. So this is how you can blend your colors, going from lighter to darker and then back to light. I got it too light, so I'm adding more black or Thanos gray and some dark blue. I'm happy with this one. So we'll leave that to dry and we'll see if more layers are required. Now we'll go to detail the base of this one. We actually have a lamp here, and that reflection is going to come over here, so it's going to be like yellowish shade. So I'll give it a bit lighter here, and later I'll paint it with some yellow. Also, this beautiful texture give me all those snowy texture which I don't have to try much. So I'm taking my brush directly with this paint, not adding much water, and if I give light strokes I get that texture of the paper which almost looks like a snow itself. So I'm just going to leave it, give some dry strokes. I'm trying my maximum to get the texture of this sheet. So now we have our tree which is going to be here, and then we have our lamp which is going to be here. If you want to get a straight line, you can use a palette knife. This is my palette knife, not so clean, you can see. So I'll take this, and in these corners, if you don't have a palette knife, you can use some scale, and I'm going to give my black color here in this corner. And then I'm going to see where I want my lamp to be. I want it over here. So I'm going to keep it like this. So you get a straight line. And I want my tree to be over here. That's my tree. So now you have your baseline. You can take your thinnest brush. Take some of that black or Venus gray. First we will paint the tree, then we'll move towards the lamp. So this will be the bark of the tree. And it will be in this shape. I'm just roughly laying out the shape of my tree. And go on making some small triangles from your top. Single triangle. And from middle of that triangle, bring another triangle. A half triangle and the opposite side as well. Make the first triangle a bit pointed in the edges so you get your Christmas tree. Do the same thing as you go down, just increase the length of this triangle like this. So you have the triangles on both the sides. You don't have to be perfect, just dab it with your brush like this, in this motion, so you get that little leaf kind of a texture. As you come down, make it go wider on both the sides. We did the same and we have come to the bottom of our tree. So that's a easy Christmas tree that you can make. This will be our base of our tree, and on top of this we will be giving our snow. So before that we'll leave it to dry and we'll work on our lamp. This lamp is going to be very small, so I'm going to use the thinnest brush that I have, this one. I don't really like this brush because it doesn't give me that flexibility when I paint, but this is very thin, so I'm going to use that. Since my baseline is not perfect, I'm trying to make it into a perfect line. Also, I have a very shivery hand, so sometimes it is an advantage, but sometimes I have to keep it really still to get some nice. So this pole, as we come down, it's like a triangle shape. So I'm going from down like this, trying to make it into a triangle. On the other side also. One way I can rectify is that I can use some white glue, make the mixture of this background and then make this line smaller. Okay, I made it as thin as possible. Now I'm making it into a small triangle. Then we can go in with the lamp. draw two lines which are going farther away from each other, and then form a slight curve on top. Extend this tip. Draw one more smaller curve like this. And then that will be your lamp. You can make it look pretty by adding some detail in the top. This will be the base of my lamp. And now you know that why I left the center to be lighter, because that is where our lamp is going to be illuminating the light. And we also have the light coming at here. So I'm going to take some yellow for that. I'm mixing that yellow with some white. Using the same thin brush. I'm going in with the lamp first. Don't worry if your detailing gets covered up. We can rectify all the errors in the end. Now I'm going outside of the lamp with the same yellow and blend it into the background. I'm going to use a bit fatter round brush for this, since we have to cover a bit more area. Taking some water and blending it into the background like this. I'm taking a dry brush without any water or paint, and I'm blending this one. So you get that beautiful illumination of this light in the background. I'm going over with a little more yellow and some white in the inner corner as well as the outside. I'm just roughly going to lay it, and then again with a dry brush blending it outside. So this is the technique that you can use in acrylic. I guess in gouache it would be a bit more tricky to use this one because the paint is going to get lifted up from the background. In gouache you can do it by this technique. Take a dry brush and then instead of rubbing it, you can dab it like this. So as you go outside, you're going to get that blended look. I'm taking some white, little bit of yellow mixed with that white. It almost looked like pure white, and then I'm giving it inside. Like this, we are done with the lamp. Now we can go on over it with black. to get that details. I'm taking some white, mixing it with some grey, and I'm taking here more line. Now our Christmas tree is also dry, and we can go over it with the details. So we can start with our snow by adding some black, blue and white, a bit more of white, and the snow is falling on top of the tree branch, so we can give it on the top side like this. Start from the inner side and move like this to the outer branch. Also, don't cover it entirely. Make sure that there are some black highlights visible in middle. It should be visible that each branches are different. So make sure you leave a little bit gap on top as well as here in the middle. Also, this is the time where you can decide how many branches, like where the branch should be. So you can be creative and place your branches anywhere you want. I'm using this dabbing technique. I'm not pulling my brush directly down. I'm just placing like some dots so it look like snowdrops. Once this is done, we can add a little more bit of white to this and then go over from the top. That will be our shading. This will be our first layer of snow. Now add more white, and from the same thing how we have done, but now don't cover the whole snow that we did earlier, only on the top side. Also, it doesn't have to be perfectly placed. You can place it on random places like this. So this will be our second layer of snow. If you want, you can make the snow dripping like this. from the corners of these trees. Now I'll just wait for that to dry. While it dries, I'll draw my road which is coming over here. So I'm adding a bit of yellow and this blue, a bit of water, and starting from this lamp, I'm giving my road like this. Again, not perfect, just some random lines of strokes like this. I'm taking a bit darker shade and making tracks. So some vehicle have been gone through this road. So that is my road. Taking a little more white and giving some more detail. Yes, that's enough. And here is some shadow from the lamp, which is falling like this. Here is from the lamp, from the bottom of this lamp, just pull your brush like this. So that will be your shadow. Again, once more, I just pull my brush like this. And we also need shadow for our tree. So again, from the tree, pull it back like this. So that will be our shadow. Always for shadows, make sure you use the same color as your object. If your object is blue, use your shadow to be blue. If your object is green, use the shadow to be green. Yes, that's it. And now I want some yellow of this light to be reflected on my tree. So I'm taking some white mixed with yellow and a bit of blue, and I'm going with the outside of this tree where it's closer to the lamp. So we are almost done with our painting. Few more final touches and then we are good to go. I'm going in with that same yellow tone all over the tree, only where it's like closer to the lamp. Now as a final step, we can do our snowflakes which are falling from the sky. that I'm going to take this brush, the fine detail brush which I used that time. I'm taking some white with that blue, adding a little bit of water, more blue, and I'm going to keep my brush like this and pull it top. So yeah, adding more water and blue to that because it looks too much white to me, so I'm making it a bit dabbing my finger. So we can do like that all over the painting. Wherever you want your snowflakes to be seen, just keep your brush and pull it top like this. When this is going to dry, it's going to look like the snow is falling from top. And make sure it's more lighter when it's near the lamp. So we are done with our painting. I hope you all like it. So this is our winter's dream painting. Thank you so much everyone for being a part of this webinar. For all those who have been doing along with me, please do share your artworks wherever you're posting. Tag myself and Zen Sangam. If you know where to find me on Instagram, it's Lumia Artistry. So thank you so much for everyone who have joined. We also have our Diwali sale which is going live on our website, and you can use code ZSDiwali to get 25% off on all your favorite sketchbooks. That is capital ZSDIWALI, and get 25% off on your favorite sketchbooks. Also, we have launched a new pastel dream sketchbook which are available in two beautiful shades, which is a beautiful pink and purple. It is of 245 GSM, so you know that it's the best for your artwork. Always we recommend papers with above 200 GSM to get your artworks beautiful and shiny. So it's a watercolor sketchbook, and it's very beautiful. It's so beautiful that, and it's in our favorite color, which is pink and purple. And also, please to participate on our ongoing contest. Use our hashtag. You can visit our hashtag storyteller with ZS, which will be shared on the group probably. So you can check that for all the details about this contest. So thank you so much